On February 3rd, 2017, the Pokemon TCG's Sun and Moon expansion was released, showcasing 7th generation Pokemon hailing from the Alola region for the first time. Sun and Moon also introduced the GX mechanic to the TCG, adding a huge plot twist to the EX era's multi-prize EX mechanic. Players could now choose between various GX attacks within their deck that they could call upon once per game to change the tide of a battle. And, crucially, unlike EX Pokemon, which were always basics outside of Mega Evolution, GX Pokemon could come in all shapes and sizes, breathing new life into the iconic evolution mechanics of the Pokemon TCG. In this series, Jack and I will each open one booster box from a Sun and Moon expansion, then we'll each build a deck entirely from those pulls and battle it out in a best of 3 series. The winner gets bragging rights for the week and a point on the scoreboard, while the loser gets to add some extra cards into their deck, giving them a boost into the following week. A new expansion will be introduced each episode, increasing our card pool, diversifying our strategies, and hopefully strengthening our decks. This is the OmniPoke Progression Series.
So we're back after round 1 against Joe for the progression series. This time we're going to be taking a look at Guardians Rising, but obviously, first things first, we do have like a pity prize, a pity wheel for the loser of the previous round. They get to spin the wheel to try and get an addition to their decks.
We have to pick between 1 GX Pokemon, 2 holos or rare cards, 2 trainer cards, which include stadiums, tools, special energy, all that stuff, 3 uncommons, or 4 common cards. There's also a maximum of 2 of any one category. For example, you could have half your wedge as 1 GX Pokemon, then another GX Pokemon, then you couldn't have a third different GX on the wheel as well. The cards that we can put on the wheel are only from sets that we've already opened. And that's it, that's the wheel.
The options I've gone for are 3 Persimmon. I think Persimmon could be a really, really strong one to just splash into pretty much any deck with double colourless. We've gone 2 Lily, just because Lily's the best draw supporter in this format, and we only got 1 so far, so kind of sad that we've had to put this on, but fine. 2 Vikavolt. I think this is the best energy acceleration in the game so far, potentially also in the next set as well, but yeah, I think getting 2 Vikavolt could be really good just to build around and have really good energy acceleration. And then I've got 1 Tauros GX, basically just, again, because it's splashable, it can go in anything, it's a good basic EX that can take some tempo attacks. So we're going to click to spin and we will see what we get to add into our pool of cards. We are going to be getting 3 Persimmon by the looks of it. Okay, not too upset about that. I think that's really good. It's going to mean that we can hopefully create some cool, or we can splash them into some cool tempo-y decks, and because they only attack for a DCE, we don't necessarily have to run the fighting for them, so that's pretty cool.
We are fresh off a victory in the Sun and Moon progression series, but Guardians Rising is the next set, and we have a ton of powerful new GX Pokemon. Even though my deck was very good for week 1, I did high roll a lot of GXs. At any week, Jack could do the exact same thing, and I'm terrified that he has double colorless energy at his disposal. Just look at the Pokemon that could use double colorless in this expansion. We have Turtonator with that Shell Trap, we have the Alolan Ninetales with Snipe Pressure. A 50 damage Snipe Pressure is insane, and Ice Path GX is also disgusting. Also, we have to think about the Blizzard Edge option as well, with Aqua Patch in this set, so that's something to bear in mind. Tapu Lele GX, no doubt this is one of the biggest cards we can be hitting. Even though our supporter pool isn't that amazing, just opening up a supporter on every turn of the game is massive, and Energy Drive is crazy, and even Tapu Cure. When we have some of these sort of dinky attackers, and we're not quite there with everything, and not everything's coming together, a Tapu Cure healing 2 of your big threats could be absolutely insane. Lycanroc GX is a game changer. At the moment we have Pokemon Catcher as our Gust, now we have the option to evolve into a guaranteed gusting option, and Lycanroc is a fighting type. That's terrifying for my deck, because last week I played 2 Umbreon GX and 3 Tauros, so if I have to play similar attackers, and I'm probably going to have to do a number of those unless I get very lucky with more GXs, I probably have to cover myself for Lycanroc. So fortunately, it is weak to grass, and I also have Lurantis and Decidueye, so maybe I can do something there. The Metagross GX, probably better if you can get a lot of them. If you happen to high roll 2, then I'm getting very terrified, but that can be something to keep in mind. There's another evolution in the set, the Sylveon. This could be a great setup Pokemon, of course. It might force you down to playing a number of Fairy Energy, though, which is maybe a little bit wonky. Drampa, a really good colorless attacker as well. You know, you can work in the Berserk yourself with Rainbow Energy, or you can just let something be hit and have Berserk as a high damage output option later. As for supporters, there don't seem to be that many, but Mallow is a really, really good one. Putting 2 cards at the top of your deck in any order you like when we do have a decent amount of Pokemon search, but we are lacking search of other things, especially some of our item cards. So if we can Mallow something to the top, then draw into those cards, that could be absolutely huge. And Howler, I really hope I don't have to put that in my deck, but it is possible. And there's the random backdoor option of getting a full art Howl, which is just another draw 3, which is actually quite solid. There's a couple pretty powerful stadiums in this set. There's the Altar of the Moon to help with retreat costs if you have Psychic or Darkness energy, and we did play Dark. Actually, both of us played Dark as our basic energy in the last game, and Jack only drafted 2 switches, so I think Altar of the Moon might actually be pretty good for him if he has to remain with a similar deck. I imagine he's going to try and upgrade if he hits some GXs, but Brooklet Hill also very, very powerful. It synergizes with Lapras, also gets Beacon out early with the Alolan Vulpix, and can even help like a Ninetales style deck, and it's very good if there's going to be any Lycanroc packages, so Brooklet Hill I'm pretty terrified of. Aqua Patch could be great. I only have 1 Lapras, but if I get a lot of Ninetales pieces, that could be huge. Choice Band as well, a fantastic math fixer that we really have to bear in mind when, for the most part, we are both going to be building around GXs. I think that's pretty strong. Lotto could be helpful for Jack because he has lots of DCE, so bear that in mind. I finally have an answer, though, in E-Hammer that can maybe punish that, so maybe that's my direction. I used Herdia last week. I could try and have even more energy disruption at my disposal. Jack also played the EXP shares last week, and Field Blower could be a check to that. Max Potion, what a crazy card. It could easily be the case where we have just some cheap attackers and try and max pot around the entire game. And there's also the Rescue Stretcher option in here as well. There is finally some Pokemon Recovery. We didn't have Pokemon Recovery in the last game that we played, so outside of the GXs then, the Alolan Sandslash is just a simple draw 1 per turn. It's honest work, and it could work with Mallow as well, so I think picking up some Alolan Sandslash could be really handy for both of us, because we both had some bench-sitting Pokemon. I had Herdia, Jack had Fearow for the most part in his deck last week, so I think that is a big upgrade. Trash Launch Garbodor is going to be weird. I don't actually think it's insanely powerful in this draft, but still like a 1 for 80 or so with this kind of bulk on it. Again, it works with like Altar of the Moon as well. This is actually going to be quite nice. There's also Mimikyu. If we do have EXP shares, Copycat could be a really decent option. With that said, let's start our Guardians Rising week with our packs. Here we go then, pack 1. I actually get a Rainbow Incineroar. I actually did already get an Incineroar. I completely forgot that Rainbows were an option here. So I actually have 2 Incineroar GX now with a Hustling Strike. This is actually a much better attack if I can get some Oricorio from this set, which can get lots of basic Pokemon out. So that could completely throw Jack a loop. The fact that he hasn't really seen Incineroar, I could just come with a double Incin deck next set. That could be insane. And this actually works really nicely with Max Potion, so I actually should bear this in mind.
Starting off with a Golden Enhance Hammer, you love to see it. Beacon is great, obviously the best thing in this pack.
Nice. We have the early Beacon, there's the E-Hammer and Rescue Stretcher.
Multi-switch Sandslash is fantastic, as is Vulpix. Very happy about the Sandslash. I'd love to get some, like a consistent amount of on-board draw turn after turn. That would be great.
3rd Incineroar. Am I playing Incineroar now? What's happened? I've got 3 Litten, 4 Torracat, and now I have 3 Incineroar GX, 2 Rainbows being pulled. I was not expecting this, out of all things, to be honest with you. I do have to be fearful, though, that Aqua Patch is really good in this set, so Jack could be playing some element of water himself.
The Sandslash is great.
There's a Drampa GX, that's a nice card. Having Drampa and Tauros in a deck, just naturally like decent synergy cards there. Also, it's pressurizing those special energy once again.
Another Field Blower. First Mallow. Mallow, again, isn't too bad, especially if we end up leaning into that Slush Rush engine. Our first GX is a Lycanroc. That's probably one of the better ones in the set, so I'm pretty happy with that. A lot of fighting type support. Or a lot of fighting type cards. We've got another Lycanroc. Is that 2 Lycanrocs? I think it was. 2 Lycanrocs. Okay, yeah. So we have got double Lycanroc. That's really good. There's our 2 GXs so far. Another Rescue Stretch is great.
Komo is just definitely not the GX that we want. It's probably the worst one. Tapu Koko GX. Don't really have much lightning going on at all. We didn't get the Vikavolt last set. I have a 4-1 Charger Bug line, so something to bear in mind for future packs, maybe, if I get to spin the wheel at some point. Chandelure, that's an interesting one. It's a fire type, obviously, so it can move a counter from one Pokemon to another. Another Drampa, though, so we hit 2 Drampas. Another Chandelure, so am I playing Incin Chandelure? Wow. How many Oricorios do we have? Is that our first one? That's our first one! The Passionate Dance. Search your deck for 3 basic fire Pokemon and put them onto your bench. This is like, alongside Beacon, probably like the nuts, honestly. I can maybe allow Jack to use like Brooklet and Beacon for me, and then I just play like 1 or 2 of them. Oh, there's the Turtonator GX. This could be an interesting GX Pokemon, obviously, for me, without limiting my damage output with Incineroar.
Sylveon GX, again, could be an interesting one. With double colorless. Already have the EVs, which are great, so yeah, it could be an interesting one. We did get a Metagross GX again. Okay, not bad, not bad. And final pack is going to be another Oricorio. Okay, so... goodness me. I think we low rolled on the GXs again, which is really sad because I was really hoping to be a bit lucky with those this time. But regardless, we did get 2 very good ones in Lycan Rock, so I can't complain too much about those. We did get 2 good ones in Lycan Rock. Bloodthirsty Ice is going to be key for dealing with threats early. Obviously helps deal with things like the Tauroses that Joe was playing, which is good. Dangerous Rogue is obviously a good GX attack as well. Quite a heavy Salazzle Line. I don't think this is too strong. So we've got like an interesting Solgaleo and Metagross package. Only one Metagross really sucks, but I would have been pretty interested in playing like a Solgaleo Metagross deck. This Solgaleo isn't that bad at all, to be honest. Algorithm GX could be good for setting. Okay, I think we have to keep this in mind, potentially. We're going to be playing these Lycan Rocks pretty much no matter what. So it's what we pair with that, whether it's this like Metagross package, whether it's... I mean, we're going to be playing 4 DTEs, so we could play just the Umbreon Sylveon kind of stuff. I think we somewhat low rolled again. It's fine. We can make it work. We took a game from Joe last time, and we did get 2 Lycan Rocks, which is really important. So the other, I guess we got the draw engine of Sandslash as well. All of that is searchable by Brooklet, which is great. Probably not panicking. I might be panicking. I'm not panicking. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
Yeah, no low and Sandslash, unfortunately, this week. We did get a thick Chandelier line, and we pulled 2 of these Incineroar. We already had 1. So the Hustling Strike does 10 and 20 more for each of your benched fire Pokemon for just 1 fire. Didn't get any of the Salazzle, so I can't do any random poison or burn shenanigans. Only 1 Oricorio is a bit sad. Interesting. That's the only issue with the Incineroar, because I would lose out on like all my Tauros. I'd lose out on basically all my GXs just to play the thick evolution line. But I do think that it's very powerful to just go into Incineroar playing lots of max pots.
So this is what I've decided to go for. I had a couple of days to think about it and decided that I think the fighting route is what makes the most sense. We've got the Persimmons that obviously we won on the Spin the Wheel, and then the 2 Lycan Rocks. I think they're probably reasonably the best GXs we can put in the deck right now. Guaranteed Gusting is great. Good efficient attack, good GX attack. So yeah, really happy with the Lycan Rocks, and whilst the Persimmons can use double colourless, obviously have access to Fling as well to be able to hit 1 for 30 on certain things, clean things up and stuff like that. We can even gust something up and try and take out key pieces of Joe's boards. Yeah, that's why I've kind of gone with this package. Also, obviously Joe had a lot of Tauros GX. Obviously there's no guarantees that he will play those again, but good into those. We also have Brooklet Hills as well to be able to search all of these out. So it just felt like a really good, solid, consistent package. I've added in the Alolan Sandslash line primarily for the Slush Rush ability, basically just because the Sandshrew synergise with the Brooklet Hill, and we don't really have any draw engine other than 1 Oranguru in the deck. So I wanted to add some kind of draw engine, considering our supporter count is still fairly low. The only 2 supporters I've added are 2 Mallow, which work quite well with the Sandslash. So yeah, that's all good. Some rescue stretches now, and I did add an energy retrieval link as last week. I think we got a little bit close to running out of energy, so I've added a couple of rescue stretches, an energy retrieval. I've got a field blower in there as well. Joe obviously mentioned his lack of, or double colourless, sorry, so found it quite interesting that I was using the EXP shares as energy acceleration, so got the field blower to potentially bounce those. I did get 1 choice band, which again hopefully will help. But yeah, other than that, it's actually pretty similar to what we had before. I've also I have added a couple of rainbow and a water energy in to be able to use Smash Turn should we need to. I don't really want to, but I think it would be a bit folly to not at least add some way of being able to use Smash Turn, considering the games can be quite slow, so there could be situations where we set up Sandslash and we're able to hit and run into, a Persimmon we're no longer using, or a beefy GX like Gumshoes or Lycan Rock. The only other sort of wild card is this Oricorio with Supernatural Dance. I don't think it's going to be hugely impactful, but I feel like it could be quite a nice surprise KO here and there on some lower HP things that maybe we've set up with Fling and stuff like that. I just like the flexibility of it. I think it can potentially line up some KOs quite nicely as well. And obviously it's another type, which is nice to be able to hit for another type weakness. The Revelation Dance does 30. If there's no Stadium in play, it does nothing, but obviously hits 1 for 60, which again is quite nice when it comes to dealing with maybe low HP basics that have psychic weakness or whatever. So yeah, nothing too crazy about the deck, nothing too interesting. Just trying to lean into the best cards we have and try and make something relatively consistent. I'm a little bit worried about how many Pokemon we have, but we have a lot of items to be able to, or we have like things like Rescue Stretcher and stuff to be able to recycle them. Good amount of draw, good amount of ball search. So yeah, not feeling too bad. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully it can be a little bit more successful compared to last week.
This is the deck we've gone with then. It is going to be an Incineroar-based deck. I'm also going to be playing a Chandelure Stage 2 line in here as well. Shady move once per turn. I can move one counter from one Pokemon to another Pokemon. Hopefully this can give me some more damage control because the Hustling Strike is 10 plus 20 more for each of my benched fire Pokemon. So it's a fairly low cap, so I'm hoping that with some Shady moves I can allow that to tick into one-hit KOs into maybe some beefier Stage 1 Pokemon, or if I'm trying to two-shot some bigger GXs as well, that could be something that I look for. We also pulled that Turtonator GX, so we do have this backup attacking option. Shell Trap is just another headache for Jack to try and work around, especially if I can use this to like KO something. And then the next attacker that Jack comes in with has to put the 8 counts on it straight away. That could be a great way for me to almost get like an uptrade situation. It gives me a Nitro Chank GX option as well, so maybe I just load a bunch of energy onto the Turtonator, try and fire off like 2 Bright Flames in a row. That could actually be some pretty insane tempo as like a late game swing card, I suppose. We are really relying on the Alolan Vulpix. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if Jack played some Brooklet Hills for me to give me extra access to the beacon. I've still gone fairly high on energy. I'm going 10, even though I have a 1 energy attack cost Incineroar, because I want to have pay retreat options into the Vulpix early so I can get my Torracats and my Incineroars as quickly as possible. So that's going to be really important. I'm not playing any rare candies, which is a bit greedy in a double stage 2 deck, but I am leaning into that beacon as much as possible. Also slightly conscious of how many items I'm playing because of Garbodor, so something that's also playing on my mind that little bit. But with the 1 Oricorio, the 2 Alolan Vulpix, I should have some pretty good setup. I do think just the inherent strategy of Max Pot Incineroar is like very, very powerful. So as long as Jack hasn't gone with water, I'm taking a huge risk this week because I could just get completely detonated if Jack has drafted Aqua Patches, like Alolan Ninetales and Lapras, that sort of thing. There is the Altar of the Sun Stadium that I could theoretically be playing. I only pulled 1 though, so I pretty much wrote that off. Plus, it's a very bad stadium in every other circumstance, so I'm just accepting an L if we happen to come up against a water deck. The only hope that I have is that I played Lurantis last week, and Lapras is weak to grass, so maybe Jack's thinking, my deck from last week, there was an element of grass in there. Lapras is less chunky if there is that Lurantis line, so maybe that plays on his mind a little bit. I'm hoping for the best at the very least. But I really am just going to get wrecked if we come up against a water deck, and it kind of is what it is. Right, Jack. Week 2, Guardians Rising introduced for the first time.
Huge set.
Yeah, absolutely massive set. Some great attackers, some great setup Pokemon, some powerful abilities making their way in, and I think importantly for you, there's at least a couple more supporters that I'd consider adding into the deck as well. So you've also been able to roll. I think the viewers have been able to see what you've added to your deck as well. So how did the packs treat you generally overall? Are you coming in optimistic?
I wasn't overly upset. I still don't think I've matched your GX count from week 1 with 2 weeks worth.
Would have thought not. Yeah.
I got a couple that I'm happy with. Yeah, it could be a lot worse. There's not many GXs that I think are like complete washouts in the set really. But I got a couple of ones that I'm happy with. So yeah, what about you? Were you happy? Was it is there another 22 GXs to deal with?
My deck has taken a strange turn, so I guess we'll just get into it and see how it looks. So do you want heads or tails?
I'll get tails, please.
It is a tails.
Perfect. I will begin this game then. Good luck.
Good luck to you.
Okay.
That's a Litwick there.
We've got a Litwick there. That's a Litwick. Lovely stuff. I'm going to bench one of these Sand Shrews. I'm going to bench a Rockruff. I'm going to bench an Oranguru. He returns from week 1. I'm sure you'll be happy to see. I am going to attach a Water Energy here and pass it over to you.
We're going to play an S-Ball. I'm going to get an Alolan Vulpix. And I'm going to play an S-Ball. I'm going to get a Litten.
Wow, okay.
I'm going to attach and retreat. I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher. Oh! And then I'm going to Lily for 6. Beacon.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with a Pokemon Catcher of my own. It's going to be a Tails, okay. I'm going to bench another Persimmon.
Yes.
You'll see the synergy there, I'm sure. I'm going to Oranguru for 1 card. Yeah, I'm going to Professor Kukui for 2 cards.
Uh-oh.
Okay, and I'm going to pass it over to you.
Ooh, missed the double colourless. That's good for me. Right, I'm going to bench a Litten. I'm going to evolve into Lampant and Torracat.
Again, these games are just so fun.
I'm going to attach...
Because I have no idea what any of these cards do.
Attached to my Torracat. Also going to howl for 3 cards. I'm going to play a Great Ball. I'll take a Litwick. I'll bench a Litwick. And yeah, I'm just going to Beacon again.
Yeah, probably would if I were you.
I'm going to take a Litten. I'm going to take an Incineroar GX.
Okay. I'll draw a card. I'm going to start with a Brooklet Hill.
Yes. Whose deck's more different, Jack?
Both pretty different. I'm going to get myself another Persimmon.
I see.
I'm going to play a Howl for 3 cards. I'm going to play a Timer Ball. Heads to get myself a Slush Rush and evolve into a bit of Slush Rush here. I'll use Slush Rush to draw a card. I think, unfortunately, it's just going to be a pass.
Where are those double colourless energies, Jack? Is my question. I am going to bench a Litten, actually.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm going to evolve into Incineroar GX. I'm going to evolve into Chandelure. And I'm going to play Switch. And I will deal 90 damage with Hustling Strike.
Yeah. Goodness me. That's the draw for turn, is it? Okay. Well, we're back to Illimer Gaming, I think.
We never left.
Okay. That's just the 3 cards. Goodness me, we're still drawing like this, are we? Okay. I'm going to attach to Rockruff.
Yes.
I'm going to draw a card with Oranguru. And I'm going to... Oh, wait, I can Slush Rush. Hold on. Let me Slush Rush before I do anything else. And then I'll pass. Fantastic.
I'm going to evolve into a Lampent.
More, yeah. More of those.
I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher. And that's a Tails. I hate these coins. I'm going to Shady Move. Damage over here.
Yeah.
I'll take the knockout.
Go with another Persimmon for now. Let's draw a card. Okay, I'm going to play a Timer Ball. Okay, coins good as ever.
Tough
Good as
coins.
Ever. Yeah. I'm going to use Brooklet Hill. I'm going to get a Rockruff.
Yep.
I will then use Slush Rush to draw a card. I think I'll probably be passing to you.
Do you remember to put energy in your deck, Jack? Just wondering. I'm going to attach to Litten, and then I'll just be hitting for 90 again.
Okay. Draw for turn. Any energy cards. I'm going to use Slush Rush. Pass to you, I think, in this spot.
Shady Move. Let's not waste damage. Come on.
Same again.
Yeah, same again is fine.
Yeah.
And then we'll take the
cool.
KO.
I think don't know. Probably going to go into Persimmon in this spot, actually.
Yeah.
And we'll draw a card. I'm going to Slush Rush for a card. I'm going to Rescue Stretcher, shuffle 2 Persimmons back into my deck.
I see.
And then I'll Brooklet one out.
Yeah. Certainly a team player, aren't you, Jack?
Yeah. I'm actually just going to end up flinging for turn, I think, though. I'm going to... I think I'm just going to fling onto the active, to be honest.
During editing, I realised that we made a mistake with Persimmon. We simply didn't read the card. The fling can only go to benched Pokemon. So every time you see Jack fling into the active position, you're going to see a cheeky monkey counter right here. I'm going to play an Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard a Lampent and a Litwick. oozing with synergy, I think you can agree.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to grab a Torracat.
How thick was this was this chandelier line you pulled?
You know. It's Decidueye at home, Jack. I'm going to Shady Move 1 off the Rockruff to the active. And then I'm going to hit for 90 for a total of 100 damage.
That's some high-level play right there.
Thank you.
I'm probably going to draw another card with Slush Rush, because I really... What is going on? Okay, good, good. Okay, I'm just going to fling again, and we're going to be hitting the active again, I think.
I'm going to Shady Move for a KO on the active.
You'll never guess what's coming in.
And I'm going to deal 90 damage.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to draw a card. Goodness me. I'm going to use Brooklet Hill.
It's not going to be a Persimmon by any chance, is it?
I'm going to get myself a Persimmon. Yeah, yeah. Good idea, Joe. Good idea. I'm going to Slush Rush for a card. You play Switch. Oh, look at that. I'm going to attach a double colourless energy.
Okay.
I'm going to attach a choice
Hello.
band. I'm going to use Team Play for a total of 70 damage.
I'm going to attach to this Torracat. I'm going to move 1 off your benched Persimmon to your active. And then I'm going to hit it for 90 damage.
Yeah.
I've come up with a strategy.
See what's going on here. Yeah, yeah. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to draw another card with Slush Rush. I'm going to draw 3 cards with Howl. I'm going to pay Retreat into my Rock Ruff. I'm going to evolve into a Lichen Rock. Ooh. But I'm not going to be activating his ability. I'm going to attach a Fighting Energy. And I'm going to use my GX attack, Dangerous Rogue GX.
Yes.
I can say I've done something this game.
I will Nestball. I'm going to get a Litwick, actually.
Goodness me.
I'm going to Rescue Stretcher and target the 1 option.
Yeah, probably the
For
Incineroar.
an Incineroar GX. And then I'm going to play an Illimer.
Wow.
Oh, it's big. I'm going to play a Great Ball. I'm going to grab a Turtonator GX.
Hello.
Then I'm going to Shady Move 1 off of this Persimmon to take a KO on your other one.
Yeah.
Didn't quite hit the energy for the Burning Slam to win, unfortunately. So I will just be using Hustling Strike for 90 damage.
Right, I'm going to draw a card, I think. I'm going to play a Mallow.
Yes. A welcome addition to the deck, I'm sure, Jack. You were lacking supporters last week.
I still seem to be. I'm going to bench Sandshrew, and then I'm going to Oranguru for 1.
For the synergy.
And then I'm going to... Oh, not the card I wanted. Now a Slush Rush for 1. I will attach a double colourless. And I'll play a switch into Sand Slash.
Yeah.
A Lowland Sand Slash, I should say. I'm going to Smash Turn for 100 damage. And we're going to go into the Persimmon.
Damaged Persimmon, is it? Okay. I'm going to Ultra Ball away Turtonator GX and switch. I'm going to grab a Chandelier. I'll evolve. I'm going to play an Illimer. And I'll get 3. I'm going to move 2 damage counters. Oh, I've only just realised I can definitely be taking them off myself. That's genius.
Yeah.
Definitely have been missing that element of the deck. I'm going to put 2 onto this Rock Ruff over here. Then I'll be taking the KO.
I'm going to bring in the Sand Slash in this spot, I think. Okay. I'm going to Slush Rush for a card. I'm going to Brooklet Hill. Believe it or not, another Persimmon.
Yeah.
I will Smash Turn again, going into the Persimmon.
I can just move the 2 and hit for 90 for the KO.
Yeah, nice.
Cool. Game 1. What a bizarre game.
That's fine. I don't think I was ever winning that one, so that's okay. Where were my energies? Yeah, I'll probably go first, actually.
I have a mulligan of sorts.
No, nothing new there. Okay.
Okay, good luck to you.
Good luck. That's an Oricorio.
As you can see.
3 basic fire Pokemon. I put them onto your bench. Now that is genius.
Now, can you see the synergy that I've gone with there?
That's colossal. Right, I'm going to draw for turn here.
Colossal.
I'm going to bench a Sandshrew. I'm going to attach a fighting energy in this spot. Pass it over to you.
I'm going to attach. No, Lily for 3. And I'm going to passionate dance, actually.
Yeah. I got a lot of time for that. That's a Litten, that is. That's another Litten and a Litwick.
If you can believe it, it's also going to be a Litwick.
Lovely stuff. Right, I'm going to draw for turn. I'm going to evolve into a Sand Slash, and I'm going to Slush Rush for 1. I'm going to bench another Sandshrew.
Yeah.
I'm going to play a Nest Ball for a Persimmon. I'm going to attach another Fighting Energy, and I'm going to use Fling to put 30 damage on one of the bench Littens.
One of the Littens, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw. I'm going to evolve into 2 Torracat and a Lampant.
Goodness me.
Then I'll howl for 3 cards. I'm going to attach to a Torracat. And I'm going to Passionate Dance in this spot. I'm going to get a Litten and a Litwick.
Litwick.
This deck is lit.
I'm going to play a Timer Ball.
Ooh, the double. Hello.
That's huge, that is. I think we can all agree. I'm going to get one of these and one of these.
Yeah.
I'll evolve the Sand Slash. And I'm going to use a Mallow. How about that? You might,
that's
like what's going on here. Zoroark GX at home. Zorro Rock.
You're playing Zorro Rock all along.
Yeah. Okay, I'll get those 2. Put them on top of the deck. And then I'll use 2 Slush Rushes.
Back to back.
Going to play a Pokemon Catcher. Oh, that's huge. That's huge. That's huge. We're going to go there. Going to play a Brooklet Hill. I'm going to use the Brooklet Hill.
Right, this is getting out of hand.
For a Persimmon. And I'm going to play a Persimmon from hand.
It's all come together.
And yeah, we're going to use Team Play for 100 damage to knock out the Torracat.
Going to play a Howl. As in, how dare you do that. I'm going to play an Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard a Vulpix and a Nest Ball. I'm going to grab an Incineroar GX. I'm going to evolve. I'm going to attach. Bench a Litwick. I'll evolve a Chandelure. I'm going to rescue Stretcher for 1 target. And it's going to be a Torracat. I'm now at maximum power with my Incineroar.
Just as I am with my Persimmons, you are now with your...
In many ways.
Your fire types.
I'll heal one of my active and put it to your bench, Persimmon, with Shady Move. And I'll Hustling Strike.
I'm going to Brooklet Hill for a Rockruff. And then I'm going to Slush Rush once. And then I'll Slush Rush again. I'm going to attach a Fighting Energy to my Rockruff.
Yes.
And I'm going to pass to you.
I'm just going to fire off an Illimer.
Yeah, probably one of those, I would imagine, in this spot.
They are so dodgy. We need to change those. I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher, speaking of. Oh, I thought it was going to... I'm going to...
The coin would flip.
Remove 10 here. I'm going to plonk it here with Shady Move. And then I'm just going to Hustling Strike for the KO.
I'm going to use Brooklet Hill. Search for a Rockruff.
Yep.
I'm going to use Slush Rush number 1. I'm going to use Timer Ball.
Uh-oh. I'm certain these dice, these just don't work properly.
I'm going to use Slush Rush number 2. I'm going to attach a Water Energy here.
That's for Water Energy.
I'm going to use an Illimer.
Okay.
As we've just discovered, These things only
They
ever
are
flip
faulty,
tails.
so that's good. Oh,
Yeah.
not
probably.
always, Jack.
Yeah.
Confirmed that they work.
Right. Well, it's fine. We have to discard 2 of our supporter cards, but
the engine's
not
there.
in the name of prize cards. Who needs supporter cards when you have prize cards? I'm not going to use the effect of his ability.
You know that is the best part of this card, Jack, yeah?
Well, you haven't read Danger.
What about the other parts? Yeah,
have you?
good point.
How about that?
Good point.
Seen that? Flip that GX
flipped.
marker. That's 3 prizes I've got now.
The game with that. Good. I'm going to play a Howl for 3. I'm going to rescue Stretcher 3 targets. And then I'm going to play Great Ball. I'll take a Torracat from this. I'm going to bench a Turtonator and play Switch. And I'll attach.
You're going into the tank.
My turn is certainly tanked. I'm going to Nitro Tank GX.
Yeah.
Attaching 1 to the active.
Yeah.
And 1 to my Torracat on the bench.
Yeah. I'm playing Mallow.
Oh my goodness. So you're saying you're going to have the optimal turn this turn?
And I'm going to put them both in my hand with 2 Slush Rushes.
Back to back. Oh, he
Evolve
pulled
into a Lichen
2!
Rock.
Oh no!
To attach a double colourless energy here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use Claw Slash.
Yes.
Take a prize.
Oh dear. Oh dearie me. I'm going to go into the turtle. I'm going to draw. I'm going to use an Illiver in this spot.
Goodness me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm simply going to Shell Trap for 20 damage. And if you were to attack into me with any of your Pokemon next turn, they'll be receiving 8 damage counters.
That's huge. That is huge.
If you think about it, it's 2 for 100. If you really think about it.
I'm going to Slush Rush for 1. Going to Slush Rush for another. Going to attach a Rainbow Energy.
Yes.
To my Lichen Rock. And I'm going to Claw Slash, and I'll take the
You are
I'll take
going
the 80.
to... Okay.
Gladly.
Understandable. I'm going to Great Ball. I'm going to grab a Litten, and we're going to put that on the bench. And I have to fire off an Illimer here. Oh! Clutch the heads. Oh, the head's tails. I'm going to attach, and I'm going to retreat. I'm going to Shady Move 1 off my Turtonator, and then I'll pass.
Okay, I'm going to Slush Rush for 1. Going to Slush Rush for another 1. Going to attach to Lichen Rock. And I'm going to Claw Slash.
I'll drop. I'll evolve into Torracat. I'll attach. I'm going to Shady Move onto the same guy. And I'll just pass to you.
Slush Rush once. Slush Rush again. Play a Professor Kukui.
Almost got me.
Cards. Close. Don't you worry about it. Very close. I'm going to deal 130 damage. Close, but no cigar.
Well, it is perfect math for you to fling even after Shady moving, so it is brilliant, I'll give you that. I'm going to evolve into Incineroar.
Yeah.
I'm going to attach a fire.
Yeah.
I'm going to try fire off an Illiver to see if that throws a spanner in the works. Oh, certainly hasn't. Good. I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher. Okay. I'm going to bring this up.
Yeah. Wow, you're not even letting me... I want this. Click.
Click. Mine now.
Yeah.
I'm going to retreat. 10 off here. And put it over here. And I'll hit you for 90.
Draw, and I have a switching effect. And an energy card.
Very clever. Nice. Game 3 it is.
Game 3 it is. Reset. You going first?
I am going first. Good luck.
You too.
Right, I'll draw. I'll play a How. I'll bench Litten. I'll Nestball. I think I'll just go for the Turtle. I'll attach to Litten. And I'll pass to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw a card. Okay.
6.
6 cards in hand, okay. I'm gonna attach a double colourless energy. And
You're gonna Kakui.
oh, I could.
Oh.
50-50 to take a prize. I think this 50-50 is better.
Agreed 50-50 is better, is it?
No, I need the cards more. And that's why we're going to get a heads.
Oh, it's big.
I hate. Right, okay, it's fine. We got away
Got the
into
Guru
the
out.
Guru. Panicked. Right. We're not in Guru for 3. That's huge. That is huge. Let's get some of these on the go. And we're going to use Wild Kick.
Yeah.
30 damage. Should have played that
Should have
Kakui.
Kakui'd it. Had the
Gone
chance.
ahead.
I'm going to evolve into Torracat. I'm going to attach to Turtonator. I think I'm leaving it there. Pass to you.
Okay. I'm going to attach a double colourless energy to the bench Rockruff
Yeah.
and instruct for 2.
That is a huge relief, by the way. My Torracat's not immediately dead. That was on the table, given the right draws.
Given the right draws.
Asterisk.
Use a nest ball, and I'm going to get myself Sandshrew.
Yep.
I'm going to play a Kakui. And then I'm going to be going for the Wild Kick again.
Oh. Lovely.
That's
It's a miss there.
disappointing, I think we can all agree. That's another Incineroar that I hadn't seen yet. Okay, there's 2 of those.
That's what I've pulled, as you can see.
Yeah, that's a pull.
When going through the set, I of course omitted the fact that you could pull these cards as well. But certainly an option. I'm going to attach the active. I'm going to Ultra Ball away a Max Potion and a Fire Energy.
Oh, this is going to be a painful demise.
We've been playing around it perfectly till now.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Blow them up. Just flip a GX marker. Doddle. Right, I'm going to get a Litwick and then I'm going to Lily for 6. Then I'm going to retreat. And I'll Hustling Strike for the KO.
I'll play a Pokemon Catcher. Huge. That is huge. Let's bring up the Turtle. Gonna attach a Fighting Energy here.
Yep.
We're going to instruct for 1 card. And we're going to fling for a prize card.
Yeah.
That's 20 less damage you'll be doing as well, just in case you hadn't
Hadn't clocked it.
clocked that. Yeah. Internal synergies, etc.
Rife with internal synergy. But in many ways, 50 less for you.
Yeah, yeah.
I will Ultra Ball away 2 Fire Energy. I'm going to take a Lampant. I'm going to Rescue Stretcher back a Litwick.
There's that damage again. Very clever.
And then I'm going to Lily for 3. And then I'm going to Nitro Tank GX.
And into the tank once again.
I'm going to put certainly 2 here. I think I'm actually just going 3 here and 1 to Lampant. And then it's your go.
In this spot. Right, I'm going to draw for turn. Play a Howl for 3 cards. Play a Timer Ball. Yeah.
Right, we're not playing with these dice next week.
These dice. Yeah.
Coins are a joke.
Right, okay then. Let's go for I'm attached to Rockruff. And I'm going to use Fling. I'm going to use it on the active Pokemon.
I'm just there. Okay. I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher.
Oh no.
Oh, it's huge! It's absolutely huge! I'll pick the Rockruff in this spot. Ultra Ball, away Vulpix, and Incineroar GX. I'll take a Lampant. And I'll evolve. I'll pop down Oricorio. And then I'm going to play Ilima. I'll get 3. Ooh, it's a big swing. I'm gonna Great Ball. I'll grab Chandelier and I'll evolve. I'm gonna Shady Move 1 off here. And then I'm going to Bright Flame for the KO.
Draw. I will play Brooklet.
Yeah.
I'm going to use the Brooklet for a Rockruff.
Yeah.
And then I'm also going to Nest Ball for a Persimmon.
Oh.
Play a Persimmon. Attach a Water to the Rockruff. Attach a Choice Band here. I think I shuffled. I'm going to Instruct for 1. And we'll just Fling for 60.
I'm going to attach the active. And I'll Lily for 4 cards. I'll play a switch. I'm going to move 1 off my boy and put it onto the active. I'm going to play a Pokemon Catcher. Okay. We prepared for that, so that's fine. And I'll just hit you for 90.
I think I need to take the risk here. And
Oh
Ilima.
boy. Big money all round.
No, I touch a rainbow here. I'm just going to deal 60 here.
Okay, I'll draw. I'm going to move 10 off the active for a knockout. I'm going to evolve into another Chandelier and then heal 10 more off the active. I think I'll play a Howl and I'll just hit for 90.
Brooklet Hill for Simeon. Huey for 2.
Oh boy.
Oh, it's over. It's over. We can attach here and team play for 90.
I'm going to Howl for 3. I'm going to play a Max Potion. Hello. Finally got to do the thing. I'll attach. I'm going to move 1 off the turtle for the KO on the active. And I'll take 1 more off the turtle to put it on the new active. Quickly just going to burn a Nest Ball. And then I'll hit for the trusty 90 again.
Roll into Sandslash. Alpha 3. I will Slush Rush for 1. Stretcher 3. I'll just Stretcher 1.
Yeah.
Evolve into Lycan Rock and bring up the Chandelier. And play a switch. I'll attach Return and I will Claw Slash for 110.
Okay, I will draw. I can play a switch.
Yeah.
I can double Candle, and I have Kukui to get me there. Oh, tense game.
Interesting.
That definitely could have been a different outcome. I had my Littens here and my prizes. So I think if you just get the early rock on me, you probably just knock my socks off, to be honest. And obviously the catcher flips were big.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I had KO the turn after because I had Kukui Choice Belt.
Our decks are quite different, Jack. Don't know if you noticed from week 1 to week 2. So
Yeah.
it's safe to say you rolled Persimmon, was it, on the wheel?
Yeah, so yeah, I rolled 3 Persimmons.
Yes.
That was one of my choices.
Was that to counter last week's deck, or was it just like a generic good
No, it
card
was,
anyway?
yeah, it was just for tempo, basically.
Yeah.
Trying to find some kind of tempo.
Yeah, Fling's actually a lot of pressure, especially when our search is actually kind of average. I mean, Beacon is kind of busted, but yeah, having lots of, especially now my deck's more evolution based. I think early Fling pressure, which you definitely missed in the first game, but in some of the other games you were getting there. Definitely powerful. Did you just play a one choice band, or did you play two?
I only pulled one.
You pulled one, played one.
Yeah.
You'll be interested to know I didn't play any because I didn't think you'd pull enough GXs.
Understandable. Very understandable.
Oh dear. Even though the thing is so powerful. So, I mean, you didn't hit many, but the quality of GXs you've got to be quite happy with. Neither of us pulled Lele's by the looks of it, unless we could never weave it in. But 2 Lycanroc is definitely very powerful going forward. I think
I was super happy with the Lycanrocs.
I feel like
my other GXs were pretty. My other GXs were pretty pants, but I couldn't complain because I got 2 Lycanrocs. So I was like, okay, it's fine. We can make something work with 2 Lycanrocs.
So I pulled 2 Incineroars, 2 Rainbow Incineroar, which kind of
okay.
And I thought with Max Potion, I thought that would just be a crazy combo. And it's weird because I only got to weave in Max Potion once, but I guess that was just the deck I was up against. The funny thing about my deck is I could come with basically Unchanged next week, or I could come with another completely new deck next week again.
Yeah, I can't. I need to have a look as to what's in Burning Shadows. I can remember some stuff, but
I feel like the supporters are the big thing, obviously.
Yes, supporters are huge.
So now we don't have to flip coins, and that is probably a bigger buff for me actually because you have guaranteed Gust, and I'll be gaining it myself.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, there's some other great GX Pokemon, obviously.
Yeah, it's Guardy, Golisopod are the 2 that jump to mind. This is obviously the set with Charizard as well, which could be a big one for you if you're going down the fire route.
Certainly if. It's any basic, like all the other basics had like 2 or 3 retreat costs, so I had to play a thick Litwick line.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and work out what on earth I want on the wheel this week. Sort
the wheel out. Yeah. Another bizarre match. I think this week more so than last week. It definitely could have gone either way. Like a lot more.
I was definitely
low with game 1, and then game 2 was a matter of like 2 turns swinging one way or the other. I think.
Yeah.
My concern is that you've got like more of a foundation. I feel like you're building to a point where your decks there'll be a point where they just become unstoppable. Whereas mine are like, I'm doing it week to week and just about scraping by.
I mean,